Hello, I'm Claudia from Colorway Arts, and today I will be showing how to make a fabric box like this. You can use it for decoration, for pen, pencil storage, sewing notions, candy, remote controls, or wherever we want to use it. It's a quick box to make and it's a great handmade gift. I have made lots of those for my kids' teachers and I can tell you they love them. You can use the fabric of your preference, Christmas related or not. You can make it using chipboard from 75 to 100 points, and I will show you here the difference in the dimensions when cutting the chipboard. Or if you prefer to start with a do-it-yourself kit with all paperboard cut, this option is also available in my online shop. If you want to match your box to the notepad cover I showed how to make a few weeks ago, it's a great idea. The link is in the description of this video. So if you want to have fun with fabric, paper and glue and make some unique gifts, stay here with me. First, let's see the materials we need today. The basic ones are chipboard, as I said, from 75 to 100 points. For a good finishing, I do not recommend less than 75 points. Check the description of this video to see where you can find them. And also, we need small pieces of poster board. Or you can use a do-it-yourself kit with all pre-cut pieces to make 2 boxes, available in my online shop. Then grab some scraps of fabric. 2 coordinating fat quarters are more than enough. And glue all from Elmer's. To spread the glue, we will need tray or plate, a small roller paint and a paintbrush. Masking tape is important, as well as 1 piece of scrap paper to work over and protect your table, and a piece of cloth to clean your fingers in your project sometimes. Cutting board and rotary cutter is very helpful, but if you don't have them, grab your scissors. If you are cutting on chipboard, then you're gonna need a craft knife or another tool to cut it. You will also need 1 plastic spatula, and you can find many different options in a paint section of stores, or if you can find, even an old credit card can be used for that. The only tool more specific today is the corner miter tool. It will help us to have great corners. If you have it, it's great. If not, don't worry, I will show you how to do without it, or the link to find this tool is in the description of this video. Also, you may use some decorations for your box. Okay, then now let's see the dimensions needed for this box. Okay, the final size of the box is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 by 4.5 inches. Okay, so it's square. Using 100 point chipboard, you will need the dimensions that I will be giving now. And I will be adding some numbers to the pieces to facilitate the directions, as I always do in my kits, and I really recommend you to do the same. Okay, so let's get started. So let's see, piece number 1. Piece number 1 is the base of the box. So it's a square, and in this case I chose to be 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. Okay. Then I need 2 more pieces. That's gonna be my first sides of the box. I always call small side. Then I have here 2 pieces, number 2. What's happened with this piece? It's gonna be the same dimension, the same width of the piece number 1. Okay, so again 3.5 inches, and I decided for this box 4.5 for the height. Okay, so this, and I need 2 pieces number 2. 1 piece number 1, 2 pieces number 2. Okay, then for piece number 3, that's gonna be the last pieces, the last sides pieces. Okay, let me show. I need, for this case, for the chipboard, 100 point is 3 3/4 by 4.5. So the same height of the other 2 sides, because I need the box to be even. And for the dimension for the width, that's the point, and it's very important. So let me show you here how I found out this dimension here. So I have piece number 1, that is the base, and this is my, let's say this is a square, but if it's like, if you are cutting a box for a rectangle, for example, pick the small side first. So I have here my small side, piece 3.5, and then piece number 3 will be the same dimension of piece number 1, that is the box base, plus the 2 pieces number 2, or the first sides together, the thickness. So put them right there. That's what I need for the width of piece number 3. Okay, so let's repeat that, because this is super important. Let's say you don't know what is the thickness of the chipboard you are using. So what you can do, pick one piece of paper, you know, fix your piece number, let's say fix your piece number 1 right there, okay, and then pick pieces number 2, again 2 pieces together, put right there on this side, okay, and then you can mark a line there and there, for example. Okay, so now I know what I need for the width of piece number 3. Okay, so that's the way we can figure out how to have a perfect box. Other than that, I like to add a bottom piece like this for most of these boxes. So for that one, piece number 5, I choose to be 4/3 by 4/3. Okay, and then piece number 6 gonna be the finishing. Another piece is gonna be right here on the bottom, and then it's a poster board, and it is 3/7 by 3/7. Other than that, I need 4 pieces of poster board to cover the outside of this box, and so they have to be exactly the same of the piece number 3. You just found out the dimension, so it's gonna be exactly the same. So 3/3 by 4.5 in this case, and you're gonna need 4 pieces of them for covering the outside. In case you miss any of these dimensions, they are in the description of this video, okay? And let me tell you that this video is also included in my free online course, Joy of Cartonnage, where you can comment, ask me questions, share pictures, you can be in a close contact with me. Okay, the link to be part of this course is also in the description of this video. Okay, then now it's time to actually build the box. First step is cutting the fabric that you want for the inside of your box. Okay, right here, inside of your box. So choose this fabric and cut about 1/2 inch bigger all around than pieces 1, 2, and 3. So for all of them, about 1/2 inch. Don't need to cut straight in it. It's around 1/2 inch. Okay, in cartonnage you don't need to really be worried about cutting straight in it, because we're gonna be covering also after. So just free your mind, have fun, and go ahead and cut using scissor or rotary cutter around 1/2 inch bigger. Good. Now it's time to glue those pieces over the fabric, and we're gonna start using glue. So a little bit of glue on our tray. Just roll. I want to have the surface of the roller a little bit full of glue. And then here I have a paper protecting my table. So I'm gonna spread the glue on the unstamped side of the board. So here is piece number 1, and then I'm gonna spread the glue here, and go ahead with your roller. Make sure you have glue all over this piece as a thin layer, and then you just put right there on the center of that piece, flip over and press with your hands like that. Okay, so repeat the same for all those pieces over here. Okay, now I glue all the pieces on the wrong side of the fabric. I would like to recommend you to wait a little bit before going ahead and cutting the extra fabric, because we're gonna pass our cutter right on the side of the chipboard. If you have wet glue, that's gonna be, you know, not good for the blade. So if you wait kind of, you know, 10 minutes will be better. I'll go ahead, but please wait a little bit to not, you know, damage your blade. So let's go. For piece number 1, what you're gonna do, you're gonna cut straight with the chipboard. Okay, so go ahead and cut straight with the chipboard. That is the base of the box. For pieces number 2, we're gonna cut. Make sure if your fabric has direction, like my fabric has direction, so I need to cut straight in the bottom. Okay, go ahead and cut straight with the chipboard on the bottom, and for the sides as well. So for piece number 2, I'm gonna be cutting bottom and sides, and I want fabric just on the top. Both pieces number 2. Go ahead. Okay, and then for pieces number 3, again, if you have direction, take a look, and you're gonna cut straight with the chipboard on the bottom of your piece, and on the top edges we're gonna use the corner miter tool to have a good corners. Okay, have a good finishing. So put your corner tool over there and cut. If you don't have the corner miter tool, what you can do, you can pick another piece of chipboard that you have at home, okay, and then you can just, you know, put right there on the corner of your project, and you can mark with a pen or a pencil. Okay, you can mark like that, and then you can just go ahead with scissors and cut. That's one way you can do for the corners if you don't have the corner tool. If you don't know what tool it is, the link to find it is also in the description of this video. Okay, again, piece number 3, I need to cut straight with the chipboard on the bottom, and I'm gonna cut using my corner tool. I'm gonna cut the top edges. Okay, good. So now what I have so far, piece number 1, cut all around. Pieces number 2, cut bottom and sides and leave fabric just on the top. Pieces number 3, leave fabric on the sides and on the top, and cut corners on the top. Okay, now let's finish these pieces here. For pieces number 2, very simple, just spread a little bit of glue, go with your brush, and then using your plastic spatula, an old credit card, or whatever you have at home, just fold and glue the fabric over. And you see we have this kind of pieces of thread. I don't worry about that. You can cut, but don't need it. And then here another piece number 2. Okay, and then for pieces number 3, I need to spread the glue first on one long edge, and here to have a good corner I need to spread glue also right there on that part where you leave fabric there. So I'm dirty, so clean with your piece of cloth, bring your fabric right here, make sure you are bringing this fabric very tight, okay, and then right on the corner press down very well like this, and then go to the other edge, the opposite edge I mean, and spread. You have to have glue there, on the corner, flip over, press down the fabric there, and now the last part here, and then you just fold and bring, and then I have my corners over here. Okay, very well done. And then I'm just gonna repeat for the other one. Here in this part, you apply glue right here, just don't go over the fabric, just in this part of the chipboard, and then you go with glue over the wrong side of the fabric on both edges. And that's it. Now I have the 5 pieces I need to make a box, all covered with the fabric I want for the inside of my box. So now it's actually time to build the box. 2 important things I really like to say to my students when we are starting this process. The first thing is that we are making this box with the inside already covered. So you will see I like to hold my pieces like this, so I'm not seeing, during the process I'm gonna be building this box, I will not be seeing the fabric, okay? So if for some reason you are like looking to the fabric, you are wrong, okay? So pay attention. You will be building the box the way I'm building here, and you are not seeing fabric close to you. And then another thing, we just cover the top of the pieces to have a good finishing on the top of our box. So that's the right position to hold the pieces. And if for some reason you are doing this, okay, with the top with the covered edge over here on the bottom, you are wrong again. Okay, so keep in mind those really important things. Okay, then I will need masking tape right now as well. I like to put some glue on my tray. This is piece number 1, and I like to hold it in this position on my hands. And I'm gonna apply glue right here on, in this case it's a square, so it doesn't matter where I will be starting. If you have a box that is not square, you have to start with the edge that matches pieces number 2, okay? So let's go. Apply a little bit of glue on that edge. I like to hold my brush kind of 45 degrees over here. Okay, do not mess the front of the box. The piece, so I have piece number 1, and then I have piece number 2. They are the same dimension. You just put there in the line right here on the, with the bottom of piece number 1. And then add masking tape. This masking tape will not be removed. So hold and flip over. We're gonna glue the second piece, that is again piece number 2. Okay. So put piece number 2 over there. That's not be very, stable so far. We are just starting. So hold in place. One more piece of masking tape, and then another piece of masking tape right there. Okay, and then flip to this position now, and then we're gonna spread glue all over the 3 edges. Not so much, too much glue, just a little. Okay, that's the way we're gonna be making any size of box in our cartonnage projects. Okay, and then I have piece number 3 that is already cover our edges. So what I'm gonna do, I like to put my piece over and align the top first on one side and put a piece of masking tape, but don't go with masking tape all the way to the top, because as I said, we will not remove this masking tape. And then go to the other top in the line, and then you go right here and align your bottom and put more masking tape. Also put some masking tape on the sides. Okay, so take a look of your box. clean if you have a lot of more glue. So at this point, our box is almost done, okay? Then we need to do one more step. You can notice when we are done with this box, it's already covered inside. Then we need to cover outside. Okay, again, a line on top, put a masking tape, and then align the other. And then here, and here, and here. Okay, so now I have my box. I built my box and I have the inside completely covered. Then we need to cover the outside, okay? And for that, I'm gonna use pieces number 4. So they're gonna be poster board right now, okay? So I need 4 pieces number 4. And I'm gonna show you some different ways to cover this. So here I have my fabric for the outside now, and then I'm gonna put pieces number 4 side by side. I need them to be like this. I need them to be like this, side by side, just a little closer, okay? So they are not touching each other, but they are not so far. So it's about 1/16 between them, okay? And then cut a piece of fabric. This is kind of too big. I can cut a little bit right here. Then cut a piece of fabric that is around 1/2 inch bigger of this piece here, okay? And then we're gonna start, you can keep it like that, and then we're gonna start gluing. I have one cardinal over here that I want to match the size, so that's why if you want to, you know, fussy cut, make sure you are gluing them in the right position, okay? And then it's time to start gluing. And then glue in the position you want. Okay. On the wrong side of the fabric, then flip over and go with your hands and do that. And then you go ahead and you're gonna glue all other pieces number 4 the same way. And then try to go, you know, straighten it and leave that small piece. Flip over and go with your hands. Make sure you have no bubbles. So here you go. Just a little space between those pieces. Then next, we're gonna need to cut corners on this piece over here for 4 corners, okay? So put your corner tool over there, and you're gonna cut all 4 corners. At this point, if you have too much fabric, more than the corner tool over here, you can just cut. You know, we don't need that much fabric on the sides. Cut. And one more over here. Okay, then now we need to glue and fold the fabric on the top edge of this piece. So make sure if you have direction, apply glue to the right part, all the way right here on the top, and also on both corners. And then you go with your spatula and fold the fabric over. Okay, so now you can see I have the top of my piece finished. Okay, and I also need to glue one of the edges, the side edges, just one. Spread the glue there, also on the corners, and fold over. Okay. Okay, so that's the situation if I'm gonna use just one fabric to cover the outside of the box. If you want to see how to use, for example, here I use two fabrics to cover the outside. I will be showing this a little bit later. Okay. Okay, so let's glue this piece over, you know, on the outside of this box. And let me tell you that I like to glue this piece by piece. Okay, I feel more comfortable. Okay, and I'm gonna start with the side that has this unfinished edge over here. So spread the glue all over this part, just right here on the paper and also on the fabric right on the top, and spread very well with your roller, and also go over the extra fabric on the bottom and right there. So all very well glue. Okay, so this is a square piece again, so it doesn't matter where I'm gonna start. You put your piece over the box, match right here, you know, with the top of the box, glue the fabric on this side and on the bottom of your box, and right here on the top you put some masking tape and press. Okay, this masking tape will be removed, you know, after some hours. Good. Then I like to flip over my box for this position, and then spread the glue for the next piece. You can also spread, you know, with your brush if you feel more comfortable, or with your roller, doesn't matter. I just want you to have enough glue all the way here. And then go over your box, align right there on the top with the top of the other piece, glue the bottom. Okay, and then masking tape. Now I'm going with masking tape all the way there. Good. Now one more piece. Just make sure you are not gluing with this fabric over the messing part of your paper over here. Okay, change this paper frequently, you know, wait a little bit to dry. Okay, one more part. And then the last part. Okay, so it's gonna be perfect over here. Now is this last piece. You're gonna put masking tape right here on the top, and also we're gonna put masking tape on this side. This masking tape, as we are using fabric, okay, this masking tape will allow to glue, to stay glue, okay, to be together till dry. If you are covered with paper, that's very important. You will not use masking tape at all, okay? Just, you know, when you are building the box, yes, but right now for the finishing, when you are using paper you don't need, you just glue and then press very well, because paper with paper glue very fast, you know, very easy to glue. But in this situation here with fabric, we need to use masking tape, okay? So right here, if the piece is not well glued over here on the bottom, no problem. You just go ahead and spread the glue here, glue the piece. That's the way it is. And we can cut this extra fabric over here with scissors. Okay, don't need that much fabric over there. So here is my box covered inside and covered outside. Okay, then it's time to make the base if you want. If you don't want to make a base bigger like this one over here, well, where I put this green part over here, then you can just cut a piece of poster board that is exactly this size, cover with fabric and glue here, and your box will be done. In this case, I want to make the bottom piece as I showed the dimension before, so this is piece number 5. Cut a piece of fabric, piece number 5 and 6. Those will be the bottom pieces. Then cut the fabric about 1/2 inch bigger. Spread the glue the same way we did so far, always like that. The basic steps for cartonnage: applying glue on the fabric, on the paper, and then, you know, gluing on the fabric. That, okay. And then we need to cut corners for this piece, for all corners. Okay, and then to finish is the same way we did so far. We're gonna spread the glue on one edge. Also gonna spread the glue on the corners, don't forget. And then bring with our spatula and press down. And press down. Okay, and then the opposite edge. And then the last ones. If you are not sure how to do this process, I have other videos showing how to have great corners. Just go, I will put some links in the description of this video. Okay. So this is piece number 5. You will do exactly the same with piece number 6. Okay, so when we are using poster board, sometimes our corners are not very well done. So if your fabric, depends on the fabric. So if you see that you have an extra pointy corner, you can just cut with scissors. Okay, good. Then I have here piece number 5 and piece number 6. I just need to glue them right in this position over here. Okay. Let me see, my fabric has direction, so let me try to do the right way. Okay, I will do like this. Good. Okay, my paper is already full of glue again. Let me flip over. And then you spread the glue all over piece number 6, okay, including the fabric, everything, and then you just go ahead and put right there. Once you glue this, I will put some masking tape, but don't go all the way to the front of this piece, okay? Just press all the way on the edges. Okay. And I also like, for all my projects, I always go with my piece of cloth and press very well over. That has helped me to have good finishing. Okay, good. So this is the piece that I have to glue the box over here. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so check, I have too much masking tape. Let me cut a small piece here. Good. And what I'm gonna do now, I put 4 pieces of masking tape, 1 of each side of this bottom piece, and right there, you know, on the on this side with the masking tape. Okay, then here I have my box, and will be glue. Let me see, I have direction, so I just want to make sure. Yes, I have with the box in the position I want, okay? And then now it's simple, you just put something, apply glue. Now it's simple, just apply glue right here on the bottom. Now you can put a little bit more of glue, and I go like this from the center to the edges, you know, make sure you are not messing with the side of your fabric. Okay, so once I have this position, then I have here, as I want, and then move. Okay, and then put in the position you want. You're gonna, you know, eyeball and see where is the position you want. Press when you find, press, and then glue out this masking tape over here. Okay, and then our box will be ready. Then you put something heavy over, like for example, you know, a dispenser or a heavy book, something heavy that you have at home, just put over. And I would keep this like in this situation about 5 or 6 hours. It's just a small box, that's enough. Okay, and then after this time you can just remove all the masking tape, and then you can use your box. And I just want to show you right now very quick, if you want to do like this, for example, I use 2 fabrics, okay, and then I glue some embellishment over, okay, just some option. I have here one almost ready for you just to show. So what I did over here, I picked the piece 4, okay, that it was the outside of my box, and I just cut in half. Not really in half, you know, you can decide if you want just half or if you want more on the top, less on the bottom. Kind of depends of what you want to glue on it. Okay, I would like to glue this piece over here. Is an embellishment that we can find, you know, lots of embellishments. Here's another situation you can find like in craft stores. And here on the Joy, I just paint with acrylic paint over metallic. So I want to glue this over here later. Then what I did, I cover just part of piece number 4 with the fabric I want for the top, and then I did exactly the same for the big one. I finished the top, and I already glue right here over here in my box. Okay, so I'll finish, I glue, put masking tape also on the side, and then I cut the other part of piece number 4. Okay, so the top part of piece number 4 I cover with this fabric over here, and then the bottom part I did exactly the same, but I glue another fabric. And then just make sure you are gluing, starting in the same position you start the other one. So here I will not finish, but you just apply glue the same way we did for before. I will just, you know, kind of pretend I'm gluing, okay? You go all the way and do exactly as we did before, and you're gonna end with your fabric, and you're gonna glue the bottom as well, exactly all the same. And you're gonna end with a box like this, okay? Cover with both 2 fabric, and then you can just glue over. You can use glue out to glue this as well later. Okay, so this is another idea. In that position, in this box over here, instead of gluing all the way around, I did one piece. Then I cut one piece of poster board. I finished the sides, and I didn't finish top and bottom. And then before gluing the pieces number 4, I glue this piece over the long finishing piece. I glue the top over like this, okay, and the bottom on the bottom, so you know it's another way to do it. Okay. Another thing I would like to show you right here, I have these 2 boxes. Okay, they are the green one. I use the 75-point chipboard, and for this one I used 100-point chipboard. Okay, so you can see we can make with both of them. This is not very so sturdy as this one. Okay, this is much more sturdy, but for a box this size is perfect. I don't see any problem. You can of course make the box using, it's much easier to cut, you know, if you are cutting your own paper. I hope you enjoy making your fabric box. If you want to see more projects using paper, fabric and glue, go to my free online course, Joy of Cartonnage. I will be there waiting for you. If you like the idea of using do-it-yourself kits with all pre-cut pieces of cardboard needed, then check my online shop. There are so many good options, all including online step-by-step color picture instructions with lots of pictures, no steps missing. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give me a favor and share with your friends. They may want to make unique gifts as well. Thank you. See you soon.